would like to, well, if I could individually hug every Vancouverite in the room, I do so, because as most of you probably know, within the last day or so, we found out that Vancouverites are the unhappiest people in Canada. Yeah. And if anyone from Toronto laughed, I would not laugh, because you were this much away from last place. So coincidentally, yesterday, John Helliwell, one of the authors of that report, said to me when he was here at the museum, people are happiest when working with other people, for other people, and to good purpose. And I think everyone in this room knows that whether it's sustainability or health or our own individual happiness, many of the issues that are facing us, either as individuals or as communities, they all come down to, or many of them come down to personal connections. Now, at the Museum of Vancouver, connection is our business. We're dedicated to connecting people with each other and also connecting people with place, and that place being obviously Vancouver. The museum is intensifying its dedication to social connection and civic engagement. This symposium is a good example of that. Also, as some of you may know, we are opening an exhibition called The Happy Show this week, actually in a couple days. And this project, which was developed by Stefan Zagmeister, who I'm not sure he's in the room, but it's really a fearless exploration of what makes him happy, what makes people happy, and the lessons that he's learned. And after this symposium, there's going to be a reception, and we're going to take small groups in for a sneak preview. Okay, the Museum of Vancouver is very excited to be hosting this Changemakers Symposium, and we're actually particularly excited by the partnerships behind it, because really partnerships are everything, I think, for me, in trying to have impact, trying to achieve anything. So we'd like to thank the BC Ministry of Social Development and Social Innovation, the BC Partners for Social Impact, CIFAR, who is the organizing force behind this project, and that's Canadian Institute for Advanced Research. And I'd also like to thank our friends from a variety of agencies in the City of Vancouver government. I think there are a number of them in the room. So at this point, I'm delighted to introduce Alan Bernstein of the Canadian Institute for Advanced Research. CIFAR is a unique national research organization dedicated to creating ways of thinking by connecting researchers from across Canada with their international peers. CIFAR is dedicated to helping to connect researchers to leaders in practice, policymaking, and in community initiatives. And their goal is to connect people who are able actually to put research insights into practice. Dr. Bernstein has led CIFAR for the past 3 years. He's a scientist internationally recognized for his work in stem cell and cancer research, and his leadership positions have included founding president of the Canadian Institutes for Health Research and executive director of the Global HIV Vaccine Enterprise. So with that, please welcome Dr. Bernstein.
Thank you very much, Greg. I'm really pleased to be here today. You mentioned Vancouver's ranking. I read that article as well, and I was actually quite surprised, John. I don't usually contradict you because this is your area, but I happened to walk by the Vancouver Art Gallery yesterday, and I counted about 30,000 really happy people. So I think it's a sample size attribution problem. I'm really pleased to be here with all of you today, and actually a lot of CIFAR's board members are here. I'm not going to read them all off by name, but CIFAR is blessed to have a volunteer, very committed, passionate board of directors who are committed to this organization, and many of them are here today. I'll ask you to wave your hand or stand up or whatever you'd like to do, but it's great that our board is here with us today. And I wanted to thank you, Greg, and the Museum of Vancouver for partnering with CIFAR to bring this event to the museum today. And like you, I'd like to thank the Ministry of Social Development and Social Innovation of British Columbia Partners for Social Impact for supporting this event and introducing us actually to the very active social innovation community here in British Columbia. I think BC has probably the most robust and innovative and largest community of social innovators, certainly in the country. CIFAR is no stranger to BC. We have been connecting the very best researchers in British Columbia to the very best in the world since our very beginning about 35 years ago in the 1980s. In fact, UBC has more CIFAR fellows than any other university on the planet. And I think it speaks to, amongst other things, the excellence of the university and its alignment with what our interests are, including issues around social interactions, well-being, and happiness. And John Halliwell, I think, is a perfect exemplar of that. The government of British Columbia has also been one of our most generous and consistent partners over the years, along with the governments of Canada, Quebec, Ontario, and Alberta, Canadian and international partners, individuals, foundations, and corporations. CIFAR is founded on the conviction that some of the most exciting and important questions of our time are best addressed by putting together the world's very best minds to think in new and different ways. Through our unique global research programs, we create interdisciplinary connections between the world's top researchers.